Hey all, I wanted to show you what it's like to use Grok Bot as a travel agent. But to give you the honest kind of verdict of like, is it good enough? Is it going to work? What needs improving, etc. Now, Grok Bot is very, very cool. And you've probably seen the first video I created about like the setup and stuff. Setup is super simple. Like my mother could set it up. That's the cool thing about Grok Bot. It's the easiness of setting it up. 10 out of 10, they went hands down on this. Now, when it comes to your bot, you can name them whatever you want, etc. So I've called it just Travel Agent Bot, and I basically just already recorded this part, but I wanted to show you the end part because it did take a little bit of time and it would have been a bit of a boring video if I had to like record it at all. So I basically said, hey David, travel bot here, ready when you are. So just by me putting in the name, it decided it's a travel bot and said, what should I help you with first? And I said, find flights. And I was like, where are you flying to? And I kind of said Palma. And then it's like, is that the destination? Where to? And I said, I'm going to Dublin. And again, these are coming up with like, this is what I really like about it is it's asking me the questions. So it already feels like a bot, like somebody else is there trying to help me set this up, which is great. And then I kind of, put in the dates and I quickly changed, said, no, sorry, October, no worries, October, pulling them up. And it started pulling up the flights, right? And it gave me a couple of options here, which is pretty cool. And the cheapest overall is Athens 11 plus, like, oh my God, no. And you can open the full search in Google Flights if you want to. So that was pretty cool. And then which return time works, gave me the options. I clicked on it. So this was a super smooth process. So now these are locked in, one adult, no bags. And then it was like, what do you want to do? Help me book these flights. But, and I looked at the screen and then I went, hang on a second. Now, actually, we're 2 adults and 2 2-year-olds. So it's now switching it. At 2, they usually need their own seats. So I'll search that way. So it's updated it with the flight times and the total price. And then Ryanair was open on the computer, handed it over to me, and I found that process horrible. So I was like, oh no, like I skipped it, right? So I could open the computer here, and then go through the process, right, of actually being where it is. And I was like, this is a horrible process. So I closed that. And now I've closed the whole app. That's a thing that kills me each time, right? If I'm here, I need to close the computer and not the whole app. But anyway, so I was like, where'd I go? I was here and I said, I skipped it. And then I said, want to book these yourself or try again? And I'm like, can you fill in the information for me? Like, I don't want to have to fill in the names and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, sure, I'll fill in the passenger form on my computer and you still take payment at the end. So this was, nice. And I put in like my husband's name, the kids' one. So they got all the information it needs and asked for my date of birth. And this is where I got to, right? Now, this process was really slow, to be honest. But that's also fine because I don't have to babysit it. I was able to go off and do other stuff and then just come back to it when I'm ready. So that's kind of like, if you're looking at something of this to be able to do something really fast, you're quicker doing it yourself. That is true, right? But it's more tedious. So this is nice. Now, it's stuck on contact details, email, confirm, email, and mobile. Country code is currently 44. So yes, so this is where it's got to. So let me see. Country code is 34. D O'Brien Dev. I probably shouldn't put my email in here, but anyway, don't all email me because I'm not going to read them anyway. I'm just going to get the bot to read them, so don't spam me. So it's filling that in. It still needs a Spanish mobile number for the last required field. Okay, I'm going to fill this in, but I'll blank it out so that you don't see my phone number. I really don't want you all calling me. I really don't even answer my phone, to be honest. So that's doing that, right? So you can see the kind of time as it's filling it in, the things, how long it takes. It's kind of a little bit of a waiting process. Now I created a video, I don't know, over a year ago on using the Playwright MCP to buy a table. Which everyone told me that was the most stupidest and ridiculous thing that you would do, because it was such a slow process. But I was still able to do it, and that's the thing. I was able to just use a chat and get it to use the Playwright MCP to connect to a browser and search through Amazon, find a table. I think it was the actual website itself. Find the cheapest table and go ahead and actually go and book. And then I just took over for the last part and did the payment details. And that's kind of what this feels like. but a little bit better because you've got somebody coming back and forth to you. But it is a pretty slow process. So I'm still talking, as you can see, it's still kind of just doing that little thing. And all I've done is given it another thing to add in to the form. So again, I have this screen here. I can click on this and check what it's doing. I can also open up here and I can see what it's doing at this moment, in case I'm kind of wondering, like, is it really stuck? Is it really getting stuff done? So this is the experience that I'm having, right? And I've got this black screen over the Ryanair stuff, right? So it's kind of, and I've got a couple of tabs open. This is the flights that it found. This one it seems to be stuck on, and this is just Google. So I guess we're here. And it's just stuck. So this is the thing. This is such a cool product. It really is. Grok Bot is amazing, and I really do feel that this is how we should be booking flights and doing things. I don't know about you, but booking flights takes me forever. Going through and searching, use Skyscanner, then I go to Ryanair, go to whatever, blah 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 blah, and then like sometimes you got to fill in all the forms just to get the residence discount. We get residence discount for living on an island, stuff like that. But you got to do all the form process, and then you get the final prize, and it's just a pain in the ass. So if someone could take this toil away from me, find the cheapest flights, and even better if I can just say like, yeah, I've got 2 kids, I am not getting a 5 a.m. flight. Like, don't even show me those options. Give me the normal hour flights. And I need to take luggage because I've got kids. So I used to not, but now I have to. So now it's like, if these are my preferences and a bot can remember all that, bang, 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 and I can get flights booked easily. Makes going to conferences so much easier, because the hardest part about going to a conference is the actual flight travel, the flight booking. I love when a conference says, we'll take that over for you and we'll just book that for you. It's like amazing. But now, because I bring my husband and kids, the last couple of years has made conference travel really, really horrible. So here we are. I'm still talking and it's still kind of stuck. So that's what I'd love fixed, because I want this product to work. If it's not this product, another product. Excuse me. I really want travel to be easier. I want bots to be able to do a great job. I love. I'm sorry. I love the way you can go to the computer and kind of do stuff and whatever, but it's kind of not able to get the stuff done for whatever reason. And I can put like, are you okay? Do you need help? For example. And maybe it's just stuck and it doesn't know it's stuck and it needs me to probe it. I don't know. This again, I know this is better. This is like the second day that it's out. So I can only imagine this being seamless. I'm fine. I'm still filling the contact fields in Ryanair, checking where it stands. So right now, using the Playwright MCP to fill out the form would be quicker. So I'm wondering, Grok team, can you not just put Playwright in there to get that stuff done? Is there something going behind the scenes that's slow? Why is it taking so long? If you figure that out, you've got a product that everyone's going to use much more than they will today. So that's what I want to show you. It's just a real live, yes, this works, but yes, this has got some kind of flaws. There's a pop-up covering the payment page, so I'm just missing that and then putting in the email and blah, blah. You're not needed unless it asks you to sign in. I'll ping you when it's ready for card details. So again, I could just come back to it later and figure it out. I've done a lot of really cool stuff while I'm here. I'll quickly show you the blog post bot that I created. And this was pretty cool, because I literally started off with creating it, and I set up my site is Dev.to codes and Dev.to, and then I'm using Dev.to codes repo, and I've got a skill for publishing stuff. And then I was like, right, here's the post I want in the video. And then I was like, it's watching the video. I was like, whoa, hang on a second. I was like, I didn't ask you to watch the video, but I thought that was really cool that a bot can actually watch a video. And it's like, stopped, what's up? I'm like, let me rewrite it a bit. So I rewrote the post, like, this is actually what I wanted to say. And then here's the draft post. and it kind of did like, that's my site. This is the LinkedIn one, shorter cut, link at the end, and the Twitter or X one there. And then I said, keep what I wrote and don't add in new words, right? Because this is what it did. LinkedIn, it kind of put in things that I'm like, where is it? I put something in here. Since then, I've been clearing emails I usually avoid. I'm like, what? No, I haven't. I've like looked at 4 emails and replied to 1. Like, I haven't been clearing emails. So it's like, keep what I wrote and don't add in new words. No change what I did. I did not clear emails. I usually avoid. Keep things honest, please. So fair. I overreached on LinkedIn. Here's a redo that stays in your words. Typos fixed only. So a little bit of like, hey, we're not being creative here, people. I want you to just be me. I just want to like type what I just spoke into the microphone. I want you to just write what I spoke. If you have to clean up my typos, that's fine. So hopefully the bot will remember that. And then I was like, make sure the video is embedded and link the rest. So this was really cool because I went ahead and created the PR, right, which I obviously merged. So that was really cool. I like this as well, view PR or open in cursor. So I could literally just like continue working on it, modifying it, which I did. I actually kind of seen something that wasn't doing what it should be doing with the video and stuff, and I got it to fix that. And then handed LinkedIn and X to your LinkedIn and X bot. This was the cool part, right? It handed LinkedIn and I handed X to my LinkedIn and X bots, right? I've got a LinkedIn bot and I have an X bot. And it was like ready to sign into X, all good, the post ready. So it literally like, I can show you the LinkedIn one because the X one didn't really work for me. X auto review blocked it. PR is up, the PR checks, and then Dev.to needs a sign in on your computer. So I had to sign in to Dev.to, as you can see here. I signed in, and then Dev.to is just live. And like, you know, that was pretty cool. So I was really, really, really impressed with that. The video is not properly rendered in the Dev.to post, and we should have created a thumbnail for it. Can you do that and add that to the worker flow for next time? So on it, it's going to fix the Dev.to post, and it updated my multi-platform blog publish. So next time Dev.to gets this YouTube thumbnail as the cover and YouTube video link when available. It fixed the post. LinkedIn is live. Dev.to is fixed. YouTube embeds. Cover thumbnail is on. Cover video link is set up. Your wording is unchanged, and it's still open. The merge PR, right? That was all done in. It took a bit of time, but it was all just done seamlessly through me just, you know, speaking out that one post that I wanted to do using the microphone button here. Now I could have written it, copy pasted and put in here, and then it would have like put in the formats. And as I said, the LinkedIn bot, it came along here and I said, first of all, it kind of like, this was a couple of things, but the post already live on screen 34, just nothing else needed, because it kind of said it needed to be, logged in, and then it kind of managed to do it. It cleared for a verify your human thing, and then it was clear. The Cloudflare cleared on its own, and no need to tap anything. And then the LinkedIn blog post was there. So that was pretty impressive. So again, there's a lot of pretty impressive stuff here, and then there's a lot of things that just need a little bit of extra work. Like this bot is still stuck. So I would love to see this flow improved. I've got my content creation recipe working. That workflow is just going to go off on its own every time I want to write a blog post. That's brilliant and connects to the other bots. My travel agent bot is just stuck on filling out forms and using the computer. And that makes that experience a little bit more difficult, especially for non-technical people. I can't see them like going in here and having fun in this Linux environment. But other than that, I'm pretty impressed with everything that you can do, and I'll keep playing around and showing you what works and what doesn't. And that's it. See you later.